welcome back to 3D Print Lab. I know it's been about a year, but gonna get back into it now. And we're going to start with a human lumber mill. Phase 1 is location. Human lumber mill is available within the Warcraft 3 universe, which is also available through the StarCraft 2 editor through an art mod that Blizzard put out. So that's how we're going to go and get it. It's a little bit easier to extract through StarCraft 2 than it is through Warcraft 3. And so we'll just extract it that way, as an M3 instead of a .mdx. Phase 3 is coordination. We're going to import it into 3ds Max using the .m3 import script. And we're going to uncheck most things. We only really want the mesh and the vertexes. Everything else is just kind of trash. We don't need it. All the bones and animations and materials, we don't need it for 3D printing. I'm going to go ahead and take it and give it a nice scale. And then all the construction mesh models come through with the rest of the model as well. And the construction platform comes through as well. So we're going to go ahead and delete all of that. And go ahead and boolean the bottom and try to cap it, which we end up having to just select one of the faces and bridge the whole thing, because for some reason cap wasn't working, but we did get it to cap. And some of these pieces of wood or whatever, I think they are, yeah, they are planes, and so that's not gonna print ever. So we gotta take these planes and we gotta extrude them and then cap them so that there's actually some geometry there that will print. This is pretty common in RTS games to have geometry that's just a plane to save polygons, so you can render 1,000 of something instead of 100. I mean, I get it, it makes sense, but when it comes to 3D printing, I can't print a plane. It's just gonna sit in midair and make a mess. And I think the only support we're going to need for this model is in the back here. So we're going to go ahead and get our little obelisk supports and just rotate them into the orientation that they need to be. Looking back now, I probably could have done this in Mesh Mixer instead. Would have been a little bit easier. So I'll try to keep that in mind for the next model. And we're just going to go ahead and boolean all the support together so it's one geometry instead of multiple. And then export that out as an STL. Phase 4 is conversion. We'll bring it into Makerware. And we're going to try slicing it and see what we get. And we can see that the model is going to print solid because a previous model I was doing was printing it solid. And then that'll work, but that's going to waste material. So we're going to go ahead and put the solidity down to 10%. The infill, I should say. And now you can see that there's like a hexagon shape in the model that will save material. And by saving material, it's going to print faster. So now I go to production. It took 47 minutes and consumed 8 grams of light brown woodfill PLA. And this light brown woodfill PLA, it's hard to print with, and it leaves all these little strings everywhere, but it is kind of a nice material, and I figured the wood would look good in it. But I think it's one of those materials you have to print hotter in order to get it to work right. Anyway, that's the human lumber mill, and I'll see you next time.